Good morning, everyone. Mike V tuning in. TradeGATEHub sponsored by TradeView Markets. It's a Monday morning. Most important thing is having a plan going through the weekend, knowing where we stand as we sign into TradeGATEHub at the TradeView Market site right now. Okay. For those, what do they call them? The long times. I forget. I was watching a show last night, but long time followers. What do they call those people? Long time followers. Lifers. Jesus, lifers. You'll know I'll get rolling in a second. I'm trying to just disseminate trading information from this coaches. Look at this. You could listen to me. Look at this. This is the share. What an amenity. This is what I see when I go back and then I focus. This is what I see. I see you can listen to me. I see you can listen to go through today's data, which is, as we know, Monday morning is the most important, basically quantitative data that I would put out as we go through the week. Of course, we get into more sentiment and everything, but you can see what's going. I started posting last night, Sunday evening. Better analogy was instead of hopscotch, it's bulls and bears and more experience, more Lucy moments. Maybe one is happening as we speak. Pardon. My point is, you can listen to me, or you can watch in the top right corner a much decidedly handsome coach give his video that he did an hour and a half ago. And if you didn't catch this live, you can watch both of our videos on the greatest amenity we have at TradeGATEHub, which is our YouTube channel. Rapidly approaching 2,600 subscribers or followers, 700 videos. Coaching who do a video every day, Tuesday. Every day coaches on 9:30 a.m. I'm on 11. We're both on together Tuesday and Thursday at 11 as I get in there. Okay, so I started posting last night, and I think that's no. I don't think anybody would argue here, as that's the opera. I don't want to put. I try to put more macro data on Sunday evening and getting into the morning. Viking Therapeutics breaking high is, just so I don't. It's almost like the mantra of TGH. I don't want it to be too much quantity. I want it to be quality information. So this is what I posted last evening. If anybody has any objection about the time, or maybe I try to do it. Basically, I try to do it as consistent as possible, which I've been told through that my life is the key to doing good business. So remind me, all my data was in the stock indices room as I was posting last night. You guys trade in the morning for example, Paul. So if you wanted to see any of my, I want to repeat this all the time, but you want to see my data, go to the stocks indices room, and we'll start with last evening. This is my evening sign-on. Okay. For those that know us, the lifers, if you will, we always start with lean charts, more macro situation. You know what? When I'm doing these at Sunday night, I'm going to bed thinking at charts. 20, 30 years ago, I was going to bed thinking about a lot of other things, or specifically a couple of things. But now it's charts. And the XBI, it looks like it's breaking out right now. Let's look at the XBI. That's the first chart we posted. Here we are, XBI. There was a nice deal over the weekend. And you know what? I actually thought that deal was kind of priced in and everybody knew it was inevitable. But you know what? The XBI going up to the 200-day coaches trade, actually, when it goes through the 50-day and it has a lot of positive momentum, including an RSI. Coach, I don't think you're beg to differ. I'm learning from you as well. Is that then it probably has that 200-day magnet towards there. And for those not really familiar with the charts, there's the 200-day, which is in bright green. Bright green to the top left is 82.44, 81. So you got a stick left, maybe, if you got the market going behind you. That's only for short-term trade. Not to say that maybe that goes through the 200-day. Is even more bullish. I'd like it to sit and rest a little bit. It is only Monday after, an hour and a half or so of trading. But let's get back to Helene's charts, XBI being the first one. All right, the Indos, nothing doing, but probably the one to watch. Actually, I quoted Helene on that. That was not my quote. Here's energy, metals, GLD. I'm sure everybody in the room has got an opinion on that one, because they should. It's an international room. It's widely traded. It's a great trading instrument. It trades in groups with the stocks and everything else. I get it. So let's look at our macro charts for a second. AU, I have 20% left. Probably, you know what? This is where I want to learn is this might be the area, and this is really up for debate. I'm not the best, in position. This is not my type of trade now. The 8-day is a little formidable, but maybe this is a time where people would start initiating the trades if it goes through this triple top that once before we started. 27, it's right here. So I'm open to opinions. If it were to pull back and still be in some bullish trend, which it would, if it pulled back, it's a matter of how far. Where would be the pullback to, Coach? You have any opinion on that? And if you're not, obviously, I maybe even brought it up at 9:30. I'm not sitting over promising, but this is something the Ruben's been actively traded. P-Rod, throw that opinion out there. We're open to it. So AU, I have small, I took all the pain. But what I don't want to do is turn around and then do the secondary like WPM. It does the gap lower when I'm taking 8 to 12,000 shares a night. I'm fighting through the gap up to break even or make a livable, trading at day trading. Well, when you know what's going to happen here. And I don't want to be facetious. I'm not the type of trader like now it can go down 10 points. I'm out of it. I don't think that way, but I'm really, maybe I'll re-enter the trade even on a larger scale. I don't know, but that's where I stand with AU. Again, as we're heating up. Okay, GLD, that's why I thought insiders, they're selling. That's it, New York Stock Exchange stocks at new highs. All right, bulls, I brought that up before. Hedge mine. Coach definitely has an opinion. Where is this? Oh, it's in the other, because I'm in the stock room. Known coach, 23.24, right on the money. Like I watch our video on Friday. Coach is already posting a like of this video before it's over. Great partner and teammate and somewhat mentor. 24. Oh, so this is where Coach believes 24. You know what? I wouldn't argue. Maybe I'll start it here. I'm like I said, at 20% left. I'm up 30 cents. Even though I started a little bit early, I did start with this little. I don't know. Where did I still? I'll show you the trade after. I've been showing my trades. Next, we're spending too much time on this. SPY's bouncing a little bit. Zoom, I covered. It's Shopify. I'm in Zim. Shopify, Lewis's trade. He's like this one. Nice job, Lewis. Cup and handle. BLFR, Wayfair holding in there. Where's our DraftKings? DraftKings, I have a big position. I'm trading it poorly, but I'm in it. And now this thing died. You know what I mean? I really liked it. I had good option flow. I was still in it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just playing it poorly. But as Coach would say, next, semis pulled back a little bit. China, when I'm in that bad short, but it did come back a little bit. I should have taken the short off, but I did take a lot. Listen, I covered it here. I'm still short a little bit. And that was okay after it came down from 113 to 112, saved the dollar, whatever. I reshort a little bit again. My average price and win, here's the double broken line. No, actually, my average price is where? It's not even on here. Ugh. It's 108, I believe. 108.90. Yeah, here's that solid line. Where's that solid line? That's my average price. 108.90 win. All right, big deal. Actually, it is a big deal. It's a loser. I shouldn't handle it that way, but I don't have many shares to where it's not going to suffocate me. I move on. Xpin Ribbon had numbers over the morning. EMPH has an upgrade that seems to be holding more juice than not. You have to really absorb how this price action and how this news is being taken. I can't tell you how many times CRISPR got a backing from Oppenheimer, or you know what? Let me go to my news. Who was the big upgrade on who upgraded CRISPR? I think it was Oppenheimer. No, Oppenheimer. Let's look. See, this is the thing where I don't want to be searching for this type of news on upgrades, and that's we're going to bring it to you in TradeGATEHub, combine everything at once. And I'm not stopping on this. I know they had data, but it did an overweighted Cantor. Cantor. You know how many times Cantor, by the way, this is one of my stocks that I've held in the fund. Thank God I put my ego aside and sold a bit along with Nutella and these gene editing stocks. That I'm going to tell you something. Cantor's been on this thing, and I could go through it. I am going to go through it and prove a point not only to myself. Actually, the point is proven because I do remember it. I follow it. But Cantor's upgraded the stock several times and it had nothing. But now they're starting to upgrade the stock and now or reiterate, initiated with an overweight. Hold on. This is what I'm seeing here. This is what initiated with an overweight at Cantor. 72. I know they even have a price on like the Golden has a price target in Nutella, I think like 90. So it had data. So I kind of find that a kind of irrelevant to a degree. But you know what? It didn't really matter because once I saw CRISPR going up in the morning, right here, CRISPR where? Unchanged, 50 to freaking 54. I'm still in it. And then you see Nutella. So CRISPR's going up. It's another gene editing stock. Nutella did the same thing. Then you go to edit. Did the same thing. You got to be aware of these things. They go in groups. I can't catch them all, but when I have CRISP here on my screen in my universe, I also know what else is underneath there. It's also beneath. It has a Nutella in edit. When I have something like Johnson and Johnson in my screen. Sometimes I can't fit all symbols, but then I have other stocks underneath it, like EW, Boston Scientific, or DeVito, whatever might go with Johnson and Johnson. Same with Target. I have Target up there, but underneath I have Ollie's, I have Big Lot, I have whatever those type of stocks. Same thing. So CRISPR, you have to be aware to how the stocks are taking the news. This is a freaking hell of a move on an initiated overweight from 43 to 54 in 3 days. So it might be more emblematic of the market, how people just get, and you know what? XBI also made the same move. So it's probably not just CRISPR. CRISPR is just maybe something, or the gene editing stocks to be a little bit more vague. All right, I want to get everything in here as I'm checking the time. I'm getting eaten up again. All right, next. Thank you again, Coach. And can always count on you on that AU. I'm going to add to it, by the way. And why? Because it's a winner at this point. I took all the pain. Oh, let me get back to here. Okay, I'm going to finish this stuff freaking by, because you know what? We have Gina and Sarah and the TradeView marketing team behind us. So everybody that's more aware, always go to our Instagram, our Instagram, our LinkedIn, even more so, Facebook, Twitter feeds, a marketing. For those lifers, if you will, of TradeView and even TradeGATEHub, we'll see that our marketing team is lean and mean and better than ever. And I applaud them to them. They're actually making me work harder, quite honestly. There's the VIX, all the hedge funds that are taking positions in the latest quarter. Viking Therapeutics in the fund, but not enough. It never is, because you know what? I micromanaged it. Look at Viking Therapeutics. It's been one of the big, right? Lewis knows this. So it keeps going. What else is it? I can't do it all. Meaning, I can't point up every stock and edify what they're buying. You just got to pay attention because it's relevant news that people of my and Coach and Tim's level use. So birds of a feather flock together. You know what I mean? Interesting read here. 50% of the companies reporting this week are Fins. Schwab, how they offered today. State Street at one point. Gerard brought it to my attention. State Street, if I knew, first of all, this is why you can't trade everything. It is always another trade. I did not know that State Street from Boston was down 14 points at one point on earnings. State Street. I mean, that's just blue. Okay. They did the gap up, they did the flush. Anybody that bought the open, they said, oh, I'll make a couple of dollars. Then they did the dip, and everybody says, this thing sucks. Never broke a new low. That was the time right on the volume. It's never the first dip. It's the second dip with almost the same amount of volume without breaking a new low, which is basically short-term capitulation. I don't care what the stock is. Maybe Schwab did the same thing. I didn't look at it yet. You know what? This is not Pat Mike V on the back hour, but Schwab does the same thing. I'm not surprised. Didn't open down as precipitously, but did the flush. People have bought it. Oh, I made the money. Then they did the dip again, said this thing's going lower. Then it broke the open. Then it broke yesterday's low or yesterday's close. And then it was clear from there. So my point being, and I hope I'm on the charts because that was a good segment, is that we have more companies reporting earnings this week that are banks. It's not really market moving. They're moving in the sectors. You can see, there's plenty of movement. There's plenty of rotation. So although the banks aren't really market moving at this point, they're sector moving. So I suggest trading them. If you like trading banks and groups, this is your time. All right, we have Goldman trading, Big Daddy, Bank of America, Charlie already reported. What am I interested? I'm interested in ALLY. Is that in here? You want to know? Because Lewis brought up something about Para, and ALLY is one of Warren Buffett's stocks. Blackstone, not interested. Key Corp, that might be one I might be interested in. That was the options that were going very early on in Key Corp. I don't want to lose in Key Corp though, because I just hate the symbol key. Not doing it. Next. All right. Into more earnings this week, aside from the banks. They need no introduction. Tesla, Netflix, Johnny John. Oh my God. All right, Larry. Digress here. It's important. All too often, today could even be more poignant. Traders, investors spend so much time and effort on trying to predict what they think is going to happen. Part in the next 6 months. Don't. Short interest in the banks. Like I posted this because of earnings this week. I thought that was a pretty good post and being aware of myself once again. Where's ALLY? PACW is short. It has earnings this week. You know what? I'd rather date. Well, I'd rather buy the states. I don't even want to bother. I'd rather buy State Street or something in the hole like that if they're acting okay early in the morning. It's not my type. I have a rotation going on portfolio. We do. You can't catch it all. So anybody who wants to move to Saratoga Springs, New York, I'm taking applications for high level clerks, and I pay well. Percentage of profits too. Short-term trading sentiment mixed. CTA positioning in gold. They're underperforming. This is where the CTAs are. Gold's ripping. They probably want to buy a pullback, right? And you know what? If AU gets to 23 or 24, not only going to cover my short, but I'm going to buy it again. Crude. Goldman, underexposed. Sector sentiment, do it yourself. Fear, greed. All right. Insider buys and sells. What am I interested in? I'll do Schwab. But they bought late. That was Charlie Schwab. Charlie himself bought it. PACW, they didn't buy it. I'm not interested. Marathon, not interested. KDP, I'm interested, actually. Dr. Pepper has been acting very well. That always comes up in sweeps every once in a while. It's a no play, has no range. Next. For me, Dr. Pepper. I don't even drink soda anymore. Drink water with lemon now. You know what I mean? And an hour from now, when it was 20 years ago, it began Heineken. Not really, but you know what I mean. Sales, team, interesting. Marna, having a bad day today, by the way. Marna's down $11. Insider sales. I looked around and saw Marna down 11. This could keep going. This qualifies right now so far as making a notebook with volume, a pure play, and range. And there's something going on with Marna. And there's insider selling too. So, by the way, it's on my, hold on, new share. Here's my share. Here's Marna. So, of course, it's on my screen. Marna right here. RNA, OSCA, a top ticket, you stink like V. CRISPR still probably leverage to the 55 strike. You know what I mean? CRISPR. What else is going on here? Zoom. See, this is why I don't like to put up a lot of my quotes, because I get distracted and I don't want to cheapen the webinar, if you will. But I'll have it in the corner of my eye because a lot of the insiders selling 144 filings. Very interested. As a matter of fact, it was the first one all evening that Gerard gave a thumbs up to. So maybe I'm going to have Gerard at one time and give an example of. First of all, we're going to have guests on. Paul, buckle up, buddy boy. You're going to come on one time too. But it was interesting that Gerard, a very shrewd individual, not placating by any means, this is the one thumbs up he gave to us. So I'm going to look that over again. All right, and I left on Friday night to show you what was hot on Friday and what was hot, up movers and down movers for the day. So I left off there, and then I started Good Morning. Then I started some stocks that I liked. I started a macro views. This is part of my routine. Biggest gaps up in the morning as what? At 7 in the morning. So I'm making, upgrades and downgrades, and then we're getting in today's flow. Hopefully last evening you got into, had a running start. Oils are breaking down aggressively in the corner of my eye. And this is what I see. I don't show everything, because then you wouldn't marry me, or you wouldn't, I can't give everything. You wouldn't subscribe. But this is what I look for in the top left when I say oils are coming in. I saw a lot of these oils in the red. Shell, EOG, Gush, NEX. So is the market coming in as well? But I'm seeing Exxon coming in. So that's what I see. I have other queries that are specific, meaning stocks breaking out of a 20-minute base, kind of generically, like I show you the stock market scanner, just up volume, good range, good pull, maybe stocks up 10% for the day with a 10% pullback on no volume, things like that. It's really up to yourself and going yourself to a trader. I could show it, but there's got to be some sort of privacy. But I'll leave it at this. On Friday, the VIX closed at 1707, the fourth lowest level since January. But on the same day, the S&P hit record intraday high. So the VIX is way off the low. Actually, it's on the low. It's a good point. I'm even getting convoluted at this point. Let's keep going. Focus. Die, gold, die. I knew that was coming. That's okay. But see, this is why I like you saying it. Because when you're rooting for a contra trade, you can't root for it to die. It's like a horse being up 10 lengths and everybody turning around, being a football team being up by 21 with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And you go say, honey, let's go out to dinner. And then you turn around and lose by 22. But now with gold's going down, it's the appropriate time to say gold died. That was up against us, but I get it. And I appreciate the passion, P-Rod. All right, DraftKings, where's that thing? DraftKings, where's that thing? All right, I'm okay with that. DraftKings, CNSP, I gave it to you. Not gonna lie. ARC, Lewis, you might be liking it. I know, Lewis, you like this. Can't argue with the charts, no matter what it is. Okay. Upgrades, downgrades, always. Regardless of his opinion, you can mute me or mute coach, but you still go on and get the CXAI. This thing came in. You get all the data. You get all the data. SPR, State Street was down 6%. It was down a lot more. I didn't even realize it. Gerard posting in there. This is retail. Is it Gerard? This is an answer. I couldn't look at this, Gerard. I couldn't even give this good of an articulate answer. He's right though. Retail. I think so. He means retail when he says non-commercial. Same like the ISE index. There were also commercial companies excluded. Bravo. Intelligent people. You know what? Intelligent people do intelligent things. Huh. Good job, Jay. Thank you. Okay. P right in there. Natural gas ripping. Okay. I had RRC. All right. Everybody knows I like RRC. I also like this SU. RRC, it's a takeover stock. You know what I mean? Either RRC was going to go to 30 or I had to sell it. So I had a bunch of it. So I sold it kind of early. I was pissed because I wanted. I'm pissed. I just was as the day trading background. I want to try to get as much as I could out of it. The majority I sold. I mean, I traded. I had 8,000 shares. 27.26. The majority I sold is 27.24. Went to 27.89. Left a little money on the table, but my average sell is 27.21. Now it's below. Now you know what? Now it's just looking. It's just flipping. It's hot. You know what it is? It's Lucy pulling the ball. This thing could have broken out with natural gas going at it. Very easily could have been up with volume. But once again, coach threw the rock and it hit a single square, or Lucy pulled the football. And here's where we stand, just, not knowing what to do in a stock like RSC. But I'm out of it. And like we all say, and everybody in the room likes to do, it was a trade and we're on next. Okay, my screen. I'll show it right after. Good eye on Schwab and State Street. Okay, guys, let's get into more stuff. Everybody knows what we did. Let's see what we're going to do going forward. Go through the room. A lot of good data, though. I'm not going to lie. Here comes the pain P-Rod. Okay. Paul and P-Rod are both on the same. Where is the pain? Oh, no, there's not. Where's the pain? When's not pain? DraftKings not pain. XP. This is one thing I should have covered. I had a lot of this XP. This rat bastard. I could have covered it even. You know what I mean? Now I'm down. I have a lot of like 22,000 shares or something. Is this working? Yeah, it is. What do I have? 16,000 XP. My price is what? 1661. I'm down 10 cents. Wayfair's ripping. What happened here? But you know what? This is a contra hard trade. Wayfair's ripping. So I should have just covered the XP and gotten out of it. Here's the long chart of XP. It's stretched. Yes, it is. SPNE is not. That's the one I should be buying at a dip instead of trying to short XP. But I don't have much now. I'm not going to lie. Well, that's a term of endearment, whatever. Shopify, nice go, Lewis. Go back to my main screen, guys. I'm going to leave it with option sweepers after I go back to my main screen and basically think out loud. Path a minute, nothing. XP I'm going to cover. AI acting well. CFRX Black Box was the one that was up early that faded to low floater. No interest. As a matter of fact, Black Box. Do I want any? You know what? Maybe it's above the 200-day. It might. Black Box. Does that have any volume? Yeah, 11 million. I have to keep it on the screen. IONM. Did that work? I'm not interested. I'll take that off. OBLG opened up as a low floater. If you didn't wake up at 4 a.m, trust me, it was up a lot more. You finished. OBLG off the screen. Black Box I'm keeping on. CFRX got a little in it. Still didn't break a low yet. CFRX was 400 2 months ago, but probably 2 years ago with the split involved. So I'll keep it on there. ONON giving a little back, and so is OSO, Macy's, BME. This stock I thought was going to go this morning. I said XBI breaking high. GDXJ. Meta no good. Apples. Google still in pain. Let's look at Roblox, which, by the way, if I was not an overnighter and I would want to, day trade aggressively in the morning, it would have been Roblox. Now Roblox had news, didn't have the range I really thought it was. But it had, oh, look, it went right to the 200 day. Where's the 200 day in Roblox? 38.50. Where's today's low? 39.15. Would I have bid it that low at 39? I don't think I would have tried to catch the Roblox that low. So I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to say I missed the trade going from 39.10. But what you did do is the same. Remember, I was talking about the dip and the rip. But once broke Roblox after a good morning of the hour, the market being open for an hour, you could have drawn that line right through that break low, and that's when it started taking the volume at a way, 40-20, and carried it and made a little trade to 30. I'm not saying you would have short exactly, but when you drew the downtrend line later in the morning, I'm not talking about it moving 5-6 minutes after the open, a good hour into the open, and it broke that downtrend line. A lot of people were thinking what I did. I wasn't in the trade, but that's what I would have done, even though it did this. So at least my day trading skill is still honed. And that's when the volume came in right around there. Now what do you do? Not interested. Now, now it's 11:20. Somebody could come on and fast money and say, I like, that thing. I don't want to know. But Roblox, keep an eye on it. Amazon, Blackstone, Nerve, I saw breaking high. I wanted to take a position this the other day. Is up? Nerve. Look at Nerve. Nerve might do it, Lewis. Nerve might do it. But you know what? Without rules, there's chaos, and a new 2023 rule, or if you will, is no stocks under 3, because that accounted for 80% of my losses or so last year. But once it gets to 301, believe me, I'm in it. But Nerve, keep an eye on for the low floor. Everybody in the room should be familiar with that. But so I'll leave it here. As we close Monday morning, TP, Tony Pistachio scratching at my leg. If the weather's getting warmer out, so Roblox bullish, not interested. Okay, Roblox bullish. They're going into May. So somebody might believe in a little bit. All right, not bad. ALB, not interested. CVE, Energy, Viking Therapeutics, brought up several times on the TEGH call this morning. Breaking new highs, acting well. You know what I mean? Self-explanatory. Bed Bath & Beyond, not interested to May. Underbelly names. You know what I mean? That's what do the underbelly names mean? Now let's go. That's what the Jesus feed says. That means they're taking profits in Apple, Google, Microsoft was up a lot this morning, wasn't it? It was up like 6 or 7. Netflix is down. The futures are breaking low aggressively here, and that's not that bad for Mike V at this point. What happened here? Now, when I see the futures going down like that, now I'm speaking out loud. I'm going to go to my news feed. Share screen. Where is this freaking thing? Share screen. Share. I'll leave it off here, actually. Where's my news right here? All right, XLOs, Tesla, BLCM, MTB's highs. No news yet. All right. But then I go here. The market just took a look, there was either a program hit or something happened. So guys are funny. All right, guys, I'll leave it at that. But this is what I see. Guys, look, the spies took a look. I don't know what. Everybody's getting fired. Market crop chop here is brutal. It's just market chop. Well, you know what? Europe closes. Duh. Europe's closing now. That's not good. Where's Europe closing? Anybody will help me out here? Will Europe close? New share? I'll leave it here because I got something to do here. I'm going to cover some X. I'm not going to leave meeting. I don't want to leave. Okay, guys, no joke. Let's see here what they just took. I'll leave it off. Offers OTD, that's what it. ODT is going on, and SPY bearish, rain bearish. SPX 4120 strikes a risk support. One of the best private feeds out there. Mark. Okay, I'll leave it at that, guys. We all good? All right, thanks for your time. Have a plan. Remember, it's a long week, only 2 hours after the open on a Monday. Don't let your trades turn into positions. If you do, make sure they're